welcome back to my channel. So in today's Croctober video, I'm going to share with you how to make fagazza in the slow cooker. So I've never actually done this before, so I'm assuming it's going to go great. It seems super easy, so we're going to go ahead and start. So it seems pretty simple. I have the recipe right here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the recipe. So hopefully it does well. You're gonna want to do flour, obviously, but I have the self-rising flour. If you don't have it, you definitely don't need it. This is just the flour that I had on hand. So you're gonna do 2 cups of the flour. I got my measuring cups at Hobby Lobby, if you guys wanted to know. That's where most everything that I cook with, everything in my house, is pretty much from Hobby Lobby. My whole house is nothing but Hobby Lobby. So we have 2 cups of flour. You guys, this seems so easy. Hopefully it turns out really good. I picked this recipe because I feel like everybody, well, most everybody has these ingredients at home already, and if you don't, it's super easy to go get them. Everything's cheap, which is good, so it's going to be a nice cheap easy meal. And then what you want to do after you mix the 2 cups of flour is you're going to want to do 1.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. I have this one right here. It's just the Red Star instant yeast, so we're going to do that. And then 1 tablespoon of salt. Super easy. 1 tablespoon of salt, and then you're going to mix this together, and then we're going to add our dry ingredients into another bowl. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's just a pink salt, fine grain pink salt. So that's what we are using, and then you just want to mix that together. So I'm just mixing it with my mixing spoon here since I have it on hand. So that's our dry ingredients. Super easy. And now we're gonna do our wet ingredients. You're gonna want to take your crock pot and you're gonna wanna line it with parchment paper. And what you wanna do also is grab a thing of extra virgin olive oil. You can do cooking spray also, but I'm just gonna do a little, I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil on here at the bottom. And then now for our wet ingredients, you're going to need a 1 cup of milk. Any milk you have on hand, it doesn't really matter. I'm just using the vitamin D milk, so that's what we're going to use for this one. But like I said, any type of milk. I'm sure almond milk would probably work, whatever you have on hand. And 1 cup of milk, I'm going to pour that in the bowl, and then you're going to want a tablespoon of the olive oil. So we're going to add that into the milk. Next up, we're just going to slowly put the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. So we're going to mix that together. You guys, this is so easy. I'm hoping that it'll turn out good. We'll see. I'm sure the house is going to smell so good though. It's kind of, I don't know, fall to, I'm not able, it's fall, but the weather kind of feels a little fall. It's been so hot into the, well, hot. I'm sure some of you guys are warmer, but it's been in the high 80s, and so we haven't had much rain. It's been like a weird weather as far as fall goes. So today kind of feels like the first crisp day of fall as far as the weather goes. So I am super excited about this bread. We'll make some soup, and yeah. So you just want to mix everything together, and then once everything's kind of mixed together, it's going to be a little sticky, and then we're going to put it in our slow cooker with the olive oil or cooking spray, whatever you want to do. And then you want to place the lid on top of your slow cooker, and then you want to let it sit for about 30 minutes. Don't turn the slow cooker on. You're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. Go ahead and you were gonna take a little bit of olive oil, and then this is where your spices are gonna come in. You're gonna take a little bit of thyme and a little rosemary. I'm gonna eyeball it. Most times it says like a tablespoon, but I like to eyeball it just to kind of see. And then we are gonna kind of make little cuts in the bread. I'll show you when we get there, but you're gonna make little cuts in the bread, and then you're gonna take the olive oil and the seasonings, and you're gonna put it on top of the bread so everything kind of seeps in, and then you're gonna cook it for about 2 hours, and it should be pretty, well, I hope we'll have nice yummy bread. It's been about not quite an hour, and this is what it looks like. So this is perfect because it's fagazza, so it's a little bit more flatter. It's not like the fluffy normal bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're just going to cut a little bit of lines in here. So that's what that looks like. And then in a bowl, what I did is I mixed some olive oil, rosemary, and parsley. This is what it looks like. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and I'm just going to put it on the top of the bread. So it says that it's only gonna take about 2 hours on high. So this would be a really fast, easy, I mean, if it works, really good, easy, fast bread recipe, because if you have another slow cooker or an Instapot, you can always do your soup in one and bread in the other. Okay, so it's got all of our seasonings up on top. So it calls for you to put a towel. So this is one of the towels that I just got from the Dollar Tree, which is kind of awesome. So I'm gonna put this like so on top, trying to do this with one hand. So that, like that, right? And then we're gonna put the lid on top of that. That's how it calls for. And then we're gonna go ahead, as I made a big mess of the grease and I'll have to wipe that off. We're gonna go ahead and do, it says slow cooker, so this one does bake, this one does everything, but it says high, and we're gonna do it for 2 hours. We're gonna do the cook time for 2 hours on high. We'll go ahead and start it, and we'll see how my bread turns out in 2 hours. In about 3 hours, I checked it at 2 hours, and it wasn't done. So 3 hours I think is the magic number. I think it all just depends on your slow cooker, but this is what it looks like. It's still kind of hot, but let me kind of see, it's like nice golden brown right there. So I think it's done. So let's go ahead and plate it up. And my house smells amazing. This actually was really easy, but I would definitely let it rise for about an hour, and then my slow cooker, it's gonna take about 3 hours. Like I said, it just depends, but high 2 hours, maybe 3 hours or longer. It just depends. I do have a big slow cooker, so maybe that's why, but it is done now. Okay, you guys, homemade fresh fagazza bread. It smells amazing. Like I said, I think it's gonna take about 3 hours for it to be completely done, but I am so proud of this bread. It was very, very easy. I was kind of nervous because sometimes making bread, it seems easy, but I feel like we can mess it up pretty good, or at least I can, but I think I did pretty good. Let's go ahead and slice it up. All right, so Mr. Pookie's gonna test because I'm not eating bread today. I'm trying to be good. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see.
We've got the dogs. Everything's happening right now.
It tastes like a sourdough. It's very good. The seasoning's good. I guess the herbs.
What do you think? Good with chili or what have you?
Yeah, it'd be good. It's a little crumbly, but I think it's fine. It's really good.
For my first.
Yeah, first time doing it.
Doing it, not too bad.
Right. But I don't, we don't make bread that often, really, so I don't know what.
I just put more butter on you. Butter.
Butter.
And you got it on your face.
Okay, I got it everywhere.
It's good. Is it good?
It's good. It tastes good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me know if you've tried this recipe. Do you have any other recipes that are better than this? This is just kind of one that I just pulled from the internet, but I'm excited to test more bread. I think it's kind of fun. I think there's a little trial and error definitely with bread, but for the first time in the slow cooker, not too bad. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.